Hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now, I would consider myself a bit of an Apple fanboy, and I'm definitely brought into the Apple ecosystem. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about each of the Apple products I own and their place in my current tech ecosystem. Goes from things like my iPhone 16 Pro Max that I'm recording this video on to my Apple 4K TV. And I'll be taking you through each product and how exactly I use them to be the most productive version of myself that I can be. Now let's start with something that's maybe not so productive, but a bit more for entertainment. And that is the Apple 4K TV. This is the newest generation Apple 4K TV with the Siri remote. And essentially this lives in my living room connected to my 55-inch TV. And the whole family use it. We absolutely love it. It's great for a multitude of reasons. The UI is super clean. There's no ads like you get on a Fire Stick. And also you're able to put lots of restrictions on there to make it safe for everybody in the family to use. So for example, my kids can't purchase anything without putting a passcode in. And they also can't go on specific apps also to watch content that is not applicable for their age. So it's really, really great to have the Apple TV in our sort of living space. It's something we use absolutely every day. The remote is truly fantastic. This is probably one of the coolest bits of tech that we have in our living room. The fact that you can really easily search for things using Siri, the fact that you can use your phone as a remote, but also approve transactions through that and allow yourself to view content which is restricted through your phone or your watch as well. It's just super, super handy. And honestly, I don't think I could ever go back to a Fire Stick. Having all of your Apple ecosystem connected together really is a bonus. And this thing fits perfectly into that ecosystem for entertainment reasons and just generally allowing myself to have a really clean viewing experience when I'm watching TV downstairs. Next, and I've spoken about this before, it's my Apple Watch Ultra 2. So I use this for tracking all my workouts. I use it for my notifications. I use it for my alarm in the morning. There is so many awesome things that you can do on an Apple Watch. I shouldn't really need to explain them at this point because the Apple Watch has been around for so long. But the Ultra 2, as I've mentioned before in previous videos, just has such a fantastic battery life, such a clean and simplistic styling, and it just really fits as an expensive looking smartwatch that you can wear on your wrist at all times. I literally never take this off apart from when it's charging. You can go swimming with it, you can shower with it. Generally, I would take mine off and chuck it on charge when I'm in the shower just so that I really never have to take it off. But it's just such a good health tracking, fitness tracking piece of equipment. And when you pair it with a third-party app like myself, I use the Bevel app, you can get really, really detailed insights as to just how to improve your health and your fitness. So for example, the Bevel app, it costs $4.99 a month for the full AI insights, but it does give you access to your body battery, your resting heart rate, recovery stats, and more in-depth sleep stats than you'll get as standard when you use the standard sleep tracking on the watch and the sleep score. So there are ways to make this a super powerful tool to monitor your fitness and your health. And of course, when you're tracking your workouts, it's great to be able to see what sort of heart rates you're getting up to when you're doing your cardio and how many calories you're burning as well, so that you can work out things like your maintenance calories and such for maintaining your weight or losing weight, or even some people might want to gain some weight and some muscle mass as well. So this is one of the most powerful Apple tools that you can have, I believe, and it's really stylish. You wear it on your wrist. It's pretty much perfect. I don't think there's a better smartwatch out there in the market. And then we have this, my MacBook Air M4. This is the M4 16GB of RAM version of the MacBook Air. It is my powerhouse productivity tool. I also do use it for some content viewing. The 13-inch screen compared to my iPad Pro screen is really nice to watch content on. It's really vibrant, and obviously having that additional screen size helps as well. Now I went for the midnight color. This is one of my favorite colors that Apple do. It's sort of a kind of looks black in some lights, but it's also a nice dark blue. And I absolutely love this product. The battery life on the M4 MacBook Air is outstanding. I find I rarely ever have to charge it. I have other Windows devices which I find I'm charging all the time. The MacBook Air is supreme when it comes to battery life. The Apple silicone is fantastic. Honestly, I do all my video editing and I do lots of heavy spreadsheet work on this M4 MacBook Air, and it has not faltered a single time. It rarely gets hot, and even saying that, it doesn't have any fans, so that makes it even more of a miraculous statement to say. It's not loud, it's super quiet, super clean and sleek design. I honestly think the design on these MacBooks is truly timeless. It's not just a piece of tech, it's a piece of art. And I genuinely, I couldn't imagine having and owning and using any other laptop. This thing is, like I said, it reigns supreme in the laptop space. And for the money that you're spending on it, I think this one, the base model, is about £1,000. I don't think there's a better value for money product out there on the market. I genuinely don't. It is truly outstanding. So what about then if I'm on the go, or if I'm at home and I'm wanting something a bit more handheld? I'll probably go for this thing. This is my iPad Pro with the M1 chip inside. It is more than powerful enough to do anything that I want to do on it. You can do some video editing on it. You can do some light spreadsheet work on it, and you also can do a lot of typing and creative work on it as well. I have mine paired with this, the Moft pen holder, alongside the Magic Keyboard case and the Apple USB-C pen. I didn't opt for the Pro pen because I didn't think I would get that much use out of it. Genuinely, I think that was the right decision to make. The USB-C pen works perfectly for me for note-taking, and obviously if I do want to type anything out, I've got the Magic Keyboard on there as well. Now, a lot of people might think, why do you have your iPad in a Magic Keyboard and also have a MacBook Air? And I completely understand that. When you have it in the Magic Keyboard, it does turn the iPad into sort of mini laptop hybrid. But the iPad is so much more than that. It gives me this sort of versatile on-the-go creativity mode where I can have 4G networking to connect to mobile data when I'm out and about. It allows me to type when I need to type, to write when I need to write, and overall, just the experience of owning an iPad is so freeing. It allows you to be as creative as you want to be with it, which is something that you can't necessarily do on the MacBook. Now, if I was to opt for a slightly newer iPad Pro and go for maybe an M4 version, it would potentially open up some additional possibilities for me, but I always feel more comfortable doing sort of more powerhouse user work on the MacBook Air. So the iPad just fits this perfect middle ground between my phone and my MacBook that honestly feels irreplaceable to me at this point. So if you are somebody who's considering, maybe you watched one of my previous videos talking about the iPad versus the MacBook, I genuinely think there's an honest use case to have both of them. And for me, it fits perfectly. The iPad gives me creativity, versatility, and portability. My MacBook gives me those things just in a slightly different package that feels more comfortable to use for more heavy duty workloads. So honestly, iPad Pro, Magic Keyboard case, and then this little moft pen holder as well is fantastic, not just for holding your pen, because although it does stick with a magnet to the side of the device, it falls off super easily. But also this little moft pen holder makes it so much easier to open the case because of the fact that it sits flush with the iPad. This case can actually be quite finicky to open. So having this moft pen holder on there makes it really easy to open up the device as well. So I definitely recommend that if you're looking for a cheap way to boost the sort of control and use case of your iPad for only $9.99. It's a fantastic buy, so I'd highly recommend it. I'm using this device to film this video, but my iPhone 16 Pro Max, which is the Desert Titanium version, 256GB storage, because I've got the higher iCloud drive, so I don't necessarily need as much onboard storage, but it is my everyday productivity powerhouse use device. I couldn't imagine owning any other phone. The new one that I am going to consider is the foldable iPhone when it comes out, hopefully this year. But honestly, I can't really imagine changing for anything else. This thing is truly a beautifully designed phone. The titanium is a really, really nice touch. I know that they've moved away from titanium, but it feels so premium and it looks so elegant. It's hard to argue that the 16 Pro Max is not the most beautiful iPhone that's ever been created. It truly is. As I mentioned, similarly to the MacBook Air, it truly is a work of art, and I use it every single day. Obviously, a lot of us, you know, our phones are like our hands. We have them on us all the time, and that truly is the case with me and this phone. I love this phone so much. The operating system is fantastic for iPhones. It's so smooth and clean. iOS 26 with the liquid glass really has made the operating system even more beautiful and even more magical to use, with its little animations and fine touches that you sort of find out the more you use the device. I truly am in love with this phone, and like I said, I think the only thing that will pry it out of my hands is a foldable iPhone at the end of the year. Now, I do have to say though, I have purchased an original Apple silicone case for this phone, purely because of the fact that the camera cutouts for the camera button on other cases just doesn't exist, and obviously you don't want to damage that button. Apple are really the only people out there, apart from a couple of other really premium case makers, that are making a solution for this sort of camera control button on this. And I have been really unimpressed with the quality of the Apple silicone cases. I've had multiple of them, and without dropping them and with being generally pretty careful with them, I've found big chunks missing out the silicone and cracks. So if you are looking to purchase a case for your 16 Pro Max, I probably recommend just going for an Amazon one, or maybe a Ridge or a Mouse version. The Apple silicone one feels super premium in the hands, and it's really soft, but because of the fact that it's so soft, it just seems to flake away, chip and crack so easily. I would definitely wouldn't recommend it, especially considering its £50 price tag. For a phone case that really isn't that durable, I think that's pretty steep. So finally then, we have the AirPods, and these are my AirPods Pro 2 in a nice little blue, navy blue silicone case to match the rest of my sort of blue aesthetic that I've got going on with my Apple products. And the Apple AirPods Pro 2 are truly an outstanding piece of equipment. For the price that you pay, the noise cancelling is next level. The transparency mode is crystal clear, and the sound quality on them is outstanding for buds this small. Now, I carry these with me absolutely everywhere that I go. I use them in the gym. I use them on the train and public transport whenever it's raining or wet outside. I'm very protective about my AirPods Max, so I generally just take these with me whenever I'm going out anywhere. just because of their small package, the fact that you can just chuck them in a pocket. And honestly, I don't feel like I'm missing too much on the sound quality either by carrying these around. So generally, these are probably one of the better value for money earbuds out there that you can get. I know that there are some super cheap versions, but I feel like they just pale in comparison to the premium build quality and sound quality that you get with these products. So for the price tag, I definitely think they're worth it. And honestly, if you're someone who doesn't really care about the heart rate tracking in the AirPods Pro 3, the AirPods Pro 2 are going for super cheap right now. So I would highly recommend this is a good time to pick up a really cheap pair of headphones that are honestly going to last you an extremely long time, have 99% of the features built into them that you get from the Pro 3s. And honestly, the sound quality will blow you away for their price tag. So again, would very, very highly recommend them. And finally, not to go into too much details about these because I've made a review on them recently on my channel, but then I've got these, the AirPods Max, and I use them mainly at home on my desk for listening to music and for watching content. If you want any more information about this product, I would probably go and check out my review because honestly, it's a lot more comprehensive than what I'll go into here. But I love the fact that these are color matched in midnight to my MacBook Air. I think the design is very, very Apple. It's timeless, they're beautiful. There are some setbacks, price tag obviously being the main one, carry case being the next one. This is the obvious, that the bra case. But honestly, they are a fantastic over-ear headphone. The sound quality is so premium. The noise cancellation is next level, even compared to the AirPod Pros. And honestly, I would recommend them for someone who is looking for an over-ear headphone despite the price tag. And especially if you're in the Apple ecosystem, because they will connect to absolutely every Apple product you own, whether it be your watch, your iPad, your Mac, your phone, and even your TV. It is just such a useful product to have when you've got all of the rest of the Apple ecosystem. So there we have it, my Apple ecosystem and its use cases for my everyday life and productivity. Every single product for me has a purpose, and every single product I use on a daily basis. If you have an Apple ecosystem, let me know down below in the comments what products you have, and if there are any of the products that I've shown in this video that you want to add to your Apple system now, having watched the video, that you might find useful and that might improve the way that you work or enjoy entertainment or even work out in the use case of the Apple Watch. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe and turn that notification bell on so you can be notified when my videos are uploaded. They're uploaded every Wednesday and every Friday at 7:30 UK time. So come along, join the channel, and I'll be posting a lot more videos like this one in the future. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.